ಇಬ್ಬಂದಿಯಲ್ಲಿಯೇ ದರ್ಶನ ಕಾಣೋ.
Namaskara. I cannot say that I have a strong command of the English language. In fact, it is precisely because of my lack of fluency that I have turned to AI for assistance. I often make mistakes, yet I frequently engage in conversations with my friends to practice. While I can manage to understand a written work to some extent, my true goal is to share my thoughts with non-Kannada speakers. This is why I have introduced an English section to my YouTube channel, Ibbamdi. Being a 71-year-old, I am well aware that my voice might feel a bit strained or cause some discomfort to the listeners. Having no other choice, I have embraced AI to assist me. To save anyone visiting here from the discomfort of listening to either my voice or the artificial tone of the AI, I have put my thoughts into writing. You can read them directly on ibbamdi.in. For the convenience of those who prefer reading, I have provided the link in the description box below. My heartfelt thanks to everyone who is listening to this, bearing with my voice in the AI audio, as well as to those who are reading my words. Please forgive any inconvenience caused. Here is the complete and accurate English translation of Kannada text, structured cleanly to maintain the flow and tone of original writing. Taking your leave for now. Shekharpona. Namaskara. This piece of writing is titled not only to emphasize on the letter written by Honorable Priyanka Kharge to Sir Mohan Bhagwat, a Saracen of RSS, also emphasize mainly on the political historical events of Concealment. Now into the writing and my reflections. Response to the letter written to Shri Mohan Bhagwat ji by Sir Priyanka Kharge. Using the context of the wave of controversy created by Priyanka Kharge writing to Mohan Bhagwat, I have concluded this piece of writing by asking a few questions regarding concealment. It goes without saying that all these questions are highly important. Whether it is due to a bitter experience with RSS leaders regarding the RSS Pata Sanchalana route march in his elected constituency when Priyanka Kharge was the IT minister, making him prejudiced, or due to the sense of duty as the Home Minister, a portfolio he received during the recent cabinet expansion, or owing to some other root cause, a controversy has erupted against the RSS. It is now occupying private media, social media, newspapers, and casual gossip sessions. By linking another point to the above controversy, I am presenting my response. Even if it catches the attention of Priyanka Kharge or is thrown into the wastepaper basket, I will not feel bad. I am simply sharing my stance on social media and placing a few questions before the Honorable Home Minister. This is not done with the expectation that he will respond, but it is my firm belief that my response and questions are matters that must be debated in the public domain. The number of national level parties registered with the Electoral Authority under Section 29A of the Representation of the People Act, 1951, is 6, Bharatiya Janata Party, Indian National Congress, Aam Aadmi Party, Bahujan Samaj Party, Communist Party of India, Marxist, and National People's Party. Apart from these parties, the total number of various state-level political parties that need to be taken into account and are registered under the law is 60. Not only this, the number of political parties that are not registered with the Electoral Authority but are involved in political activities is 2000. The difference between registered and unregistered political parties: registered political parties can field their candidates in elections, obtain a desired symbol for the party, raise necessary funds under Section 29B and Section 29C, receive income tax exemptions, and open bank accounts in the name of the party. Eligibility required to be registered as a national party. A party must secure at least 6% of the total valid votes polled in any 4 states during the Legislative Assembly elections or general elections, and additionally win at least 4 seats in the Lok Sabha, or it must win at least 2% of the total Lok Sabha seats from at least 3 different states, or it must be recognized as a state party in at least 4 states. If these prerequisites are fulfilled, such parties are considered national parties. Fund collection by political parties. Political parties can raise funds through selling party coupons or newspapers, mouthpieces published as the voice of the party, receiving contributions from the public, setting up electoral trusts. Fund collection under Section 29B and Section 29C of the Representation of the People Act, 1951. Along with this, they receive exemptions from the rules of having to legally pay tax to the Income Tax Department on all their income. Amidst all this, on the 1st of February 2017, the proposal for the possibility of electoral bonds was first introduced in the Lok Sabha by the then Finance Minister, Arun Jaitley, during the budget presentation. Following this, the enthusiastic Shri Modi, who led the union government, introduced regulations with even greater enthusiasm, allowing political parties to collect funds by selling electoral bonds through banks. For this purpose, sweeping amendments were brought to the Representation of the People Act 1951, the Companies Act 2013, the Income Tax Act 1961, and the Reserve Bank of India Act 1934. All political parties welcomed this, not letting go of the opportunity to collect donations through the sale of electoral bonds. All political parties stood united with the government on this matter. The total amount received by political parties by selling bonds to private entities through the SBI Bank is 4,003 crore rupees, note, contextually referring to specific phases of data collection. The lion's share of this went to the Bharatiya Janata Party. The total amount received by various political parties through the sale of bonds is shown below. Political party. Amount received. Bharatiya Janata Party. 6,986 crore rupees. All India Trinamool Congress. 1,609 crore rupees. Indian National Congress. 1,421 crore rupees. Bharat Rashtra Samiti. 1,214 crore rupees. Biju Janata Dal. 775 crore rupees. Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam. 639 crore rupees. There is immense anger and dissatisfaction evident in the public domain regarding political strategies where politicians cast aside the morality that touching public money is a sinful activity, and instead increase all their salaries and perks without any debate by passing resolutions in the Assembly and Parliament. Because of this, scattered agitations take place here and there. When applications were filed under the Right to Information (RTI) Act to know which parties were sold electoral bonds and by whom, the Central Information Commission (CIC) ordered that the requested information must be provided. Violating the order, the central government, the Electoral Authority, and the Reserve Bank of India shamelessly remained silent without providing the information. The Association for Democratic Reforms (ADR), which had sought the information, did not sit quietly. It knocked on the doors of the Supreme Court with a civil writ petition, Writ Civil 882,017. On the 15th of February 2024, a five-judge bench consisting of D.Y. Chandrachud, Sanjeev Khanna, B.R. Gavai, J.B. Pardiwala, and Manoj Misra upheld the order passed by the Central Information Commission. Only the left party had recorded its opposition to electoral bonds in the court. What becomes clear from all the above facts is that registered political parties not only wanted to avoid paying income tax but also wished to keep the names of the donors confidential. They stubbornly argued in the Supreme Court to keep it confidential. Part 2. As I mentioned at the beginning of the article, a battle of egos seems to be brewing, with the Home Minister of the Government of Karnataka stubbornly insisting that he has every right to issue a notice, and RSS leader Mohan Bhagwat being equally stubborn, stating that he does not need to respond to Priyanka Kharge. In my opinion, the RSS pays taxes anyway through its affiliate organizations. Therefore, giving up the foolish argument of, we have been operating without registering for hundreds of years, and getting registered will cause no loss to anyone. Currently, at least, there appears to be no reason to fear that organizations that register can be easily banned. Putting this opinion aside, while 100% supporting all the matters raised by the Honorable Priyanka Kharge in the letter written to Shri Mohan Bhagwat, I am turning towards another contextual matter that is troubling my mind. There exists something called the Karnataka Lokayukt Act, 1984. Under various laws such as the Karnataka Civil Services Conduct Rules 1966, the Representation of the People Act 1951, and the Lokpal and Lokayukt Act 2013, it is a rule that all public servants and people's representatives must submit their annual income reports to the Lokayukt. In the year 2025, 5 ministers, 67 MLAs, and 28 Rajya Sabha members were yet to declare their income. Since there is time until June 30th of this year, we have to wait and see how many people will declare their income. Declaring income is not only essential in public life but is also mandatory under rules and regulations. In this context, one can count the stubborn public servants and elected representatives who are fully busy and show absolutely no fear or regard for any laws. This implies that the situation of not following any rules or regulations reflects a tendency to conceal. Amidst people who do not publicly declare their income despite laws, the decisions taken by the RSS become not only flawed but also unethical. The Honorable Priyanka Kharge needs to review whether all the staff, MLAs, and ministers working under the administration of the government of Karnataka have submitted their annual reports regarding their assets and income as per legal regulations. While supporting the legal actions that Priyanka Kharge might take specifically using his authority regarding these matters, if one questions or alerts Priyanka Kharge or those who support him about the availability of an opportunity to file a public interest litigation, PIL, in the High Court of Karnataka in accordance with established legal procedures, the primary question remains whether an answer will be provided or laid out publicly. I reserve my curiosity to see if a response will be obtained. The letter written by Priyanka Kharge to Mohan Bhagwat and its translation can be accessed using the link provided below. Thank you. Shekhar Pona.